4 months ago, I made a video about why I think The Batman is the best superhero film of all time, and lightly brushed about why I think No Way Home was a massive disappointment. I asked for a civil discussion in the comments, and this is what I get. Your opinion is beyond wrong. I respectfully disagree. In my opinion, this is a mediocre film that gets worse with every watch. And I asked, what superhero film did you think is better? And bro said Far From Home. Bruh. The comment was edited, so he changed his answer. And then this guy, freaking Javier Gomez, pulled up with the... Far From Home is not better than the Batman. You gotta be trolling. Bro meant No Way Home, but his reason as to why it's better than the Batman is because of nostalgia. Oh my god.
Motherfucking, damn.
And so I want to make a video as to why I think No Way Home was a massive disappointment. And if I were to use my cinema critical thinking brain, this movie is, straight up doo-doo. But let's just use the brain of a fan, an ex-MCU fan with a decent amount of knowledge and intelligence. This video is half joking, half serious, so take it how you will. The story. In my opinion, the story for No Way Home is a hot, stinking mess. Yes, we've all seen the memes and questions of Peter making Strange just erase Quentin Beck from everyone's memories, or Peter being smart and just not ask for the add-ons of people that keep their memories. If this happened, there'd be no movie. Yes, I get it. I've heard it. Yeah. But it's Peter Parker we're talking about here, bro. He's a freaking genius. I really, really, really hate to be quote unquote that guy, the nerd, and bring up comics to compare, 616 Peter or any other Peter to 1999 Peter. So I won't. Instead, I'll just compare this Peter to his previous self and other movies. The same Peter that is able to hack into Tony Stark's Stark suit so that he can freely use it without locks. And he can't think first to contact the MIT administrator. Are you serious? All of this could have been avoided if Peter didn't not want to save the world and instead spend time with his friends in Far From Home when Nick Fury asked him to. I've never seen a Peter who does not get the responsibility part. And people might argue, oh, but he's a teenager, he wants to be with his friends, yada yada. But 1610, the comics, Ultimate Spider-Man gave up his life at 16 years old because he knew of the responsibility of keeping those he loves safe. I don't want to be too big brain and sound dumb as fuck, wondering why only the cinematic villains came to 1999, or like what happened to Into the Spider-Verse. Where's his, inclusion? But why did Electro come out with the fresh lineup and straight teeth when he didn't have that before transforming? If his gap only closed when he transformed, if y'all remember that, if y'all actually watched Amazing Spider-Man 2. Why did he get his body back? He asks himself that, but we don't get the answer to that.
I got my body back.
Lizard looks different. He looks more like a dragon. Dr. Octopus has a completely different fit and a haircut, even though this is supposed to be the exact same one from the Raimi films right before he died. Every villain here was teleported right before their deaths, except Sandman, who gets teleported after his final fight with Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3. So he's not technically a villain? I don't know. And why did Toby and Andrew get teleported when they had nothing to do with the spell? The spell was to make everyone forget Peter is Spider-Man, so why did the heroes and villains get teleported? And I'm sounding too, you're nitpicking, just enjoy the movie, but the comments bashing on The Batman video are the same thing, but with no substance. They said the movie's too woke, it's unrealistic, etc. Not to bash on the CEO of sex, but why the fuck was he able to use a sling ring on the first go when it took Doctor Strange being stranded on Mount Everest to finally get it? Why are Ned and MJ there in the final battle? Yes, for tension and the stakes, but why would the Peters allow them to actually be there? And finally, we get hit with this on the second to last scene of the film, and in the official script, which reads, Peter takes his coffee, looks over at Ned, then back at MJ. Peter says, I'll see you around. He walks out the door. Hold on. MJ watching Peter go with a lingering sense of, Recognition? What the fuck is this? Why would MJ be able to have a semblance of recognition for Peter Parker, bro? What the huh? All in all, the story is a steaming pile of dog shit and just made for the fan service. Speaking of, let's talk about fan service. I am a massive cinema lover. I love going to the movie theaters, especially with other people, like my homies. But there is something I do hate going to the movies. And it just might be a me thing, but those are the theater explosions. And this is especially true for every Marvel movie. I went to see No Way Home twice on premiere day, so imagine me when I'm trying to enjoy the movie and actually listen to the dialogue when all I hear are massive eruptions of cheers and applause. If I wanted to hear the crowd, I'd go to a concert. Let's be honest. If you were on the internet, you knew from day one Tobey and Andrew were coming back. Jamie Foxx posted it, leaked photos of the suits next to each other came out, and people tried so hard to cope that it was photoshopped or from previous Spider-Man movies, but behind the scenes. Especially this frame, when I've never seen this frame in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, deleted scene or not. Jamie Foxx and his lineup, Norman Osborn, and Otto were leaked probably a year before the film was released. I noticed that Matt, Andrew's, and Tobey's entrance were quiet enough for a few seconds for the audience to get their cheers on, and I thought, wait, what the hell? Did the filmmakers make it so that these bumps can react? Huh? And if you watch it with no theater reaction, it's just so uncomfortable, weird silence. You know, when Matt slams his white cane and the camera slowly pans up to see his face. Or when Andrew takes off his mask and he's like, okay. I don't know. Maybe in my 22 years of age, I'm too old to yell like a little baby for a Marvel movie. When I watched Across the Spider-Verse with my friends and every freaking cameo came on, I could not hear the fucking movie. Insomniac Spider-Man appeared, and my friend right next to me yelled so loud that he busted my goddamn eardrum. So at that point, I thought, there's gotta be a limit, right? But no. This movie was made purely for toys and to gain more money. At the end of the day, that's what matters. What's better than a single Spider-Man in his new suit as a toy to sell? 5 Spider-Man figures. 2 being 1999 Peter with his inverted black and gold suit, ugly ass fucking suit. And the other being the ugly ass red and black and gold suit. Watching it for the first time, the only time I really got excited for this movie was when a 2-second snippet of Electro's theme played. My second rewatch was miserable. The magic of the cameos wore off. Andrew and Tobey, boring. The movie was too fucking long. And I don't mind if movies are long. I fucking love long movies. I love The Batman and people cry that it's too long. I don't mind long movies as long as they're not boring as fuck. The comedy didn't hit for me. Maybe if I was 5. And yeah. Oh, and the CG is fucking dog shit for the budget. $200 million for that? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. In conclusion, I could have talked way more about this film, but I don't want to edit all that. Remember, I'm the recorder, editor, publisher, everything. If you want to tell me why you think No Way Home is a better movie than The Batman, please do so. I beg you. Just please, please, please don't say the nostalgia, because I've heard it 1,000 times and I've read it 1,000 times. Please tell me the story was better and why. Maybe the cinematography was better. I don't know. Recommend me movies and I might love it or dunk on it. Also, Marvel's Daredevil video coming one day. Yeah. Thank you and peace out.